Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to another episode. Super pumped about this one. It's going to be completely different. We just got done with our second big franchisee training with these guys are crushing it right at $1 million in revenue. We spent all week going, how do we grow? How do we scale? How do we make things happen? And the takeaways, the lessons might surprise you. So stay tuned as we circle around this table right here and have a discussion about what is training week like at Hite.
Content for a year.
So it's day 5. We're about to go home. It's been crazy. Monday though. Monday's my favorite day. You said you almost cried?
I did cry, actually.
Did you really?
Thank you. This is all live. I did
We're
cry.
gonna start it off with,
You had to make him talk about it.
people are watching this video at some point. Now they're gonna watch it all the way through because they want to know, why did Caleb cry?
We're going to say that to the very end, though.
No, it's right now.
Well, lots of different reasons why. No, but it was just a really good, super good afternoon, or morning, actually, that just got a lot of emotions about just a lot of different things over the past 2 to 3 years or so that I guess I didn't really think and realize the way that I was kind of operating in a pretty selfish way, I guess, all focused on all business stuff and all of that. And it was just a really good release of having to learn how to adapt with things that I don't like getting into a giant tub of ice that I can't control, but I have to learn how to adapt and breathe through it until it's over. And I think that was because my initial reaction is usually to let's just be done and let's shut it down,
And just for some context, this is all, the first day is all about mindset, right? Getting your mind prepared for the week that's to come, and also to be an entrepreneur, to be an owner, right? There's a lot that you've got to deal with, but if your mind is not ready, it's going to be very difficult, right?
I'm glad the week started that way. It was a perfect way to start the week.
What did you enjoy the best about that day?
I mean, the ice bath kind of brought it all together. That's an intense experience. But for the few hours before more context, the few hours leading up to the ice bath, Jose kind of taught us about how to breathe and how to maintain control of yourself mentally, which of course came into play during the ice bath. And that was kind of a good start to this whole week of growth and learning new things and pushing ourselves. And the whole week I was kind of thinking to myself, this is like the ice bath. I need to control myself mentally and take charge of what I want to focus on. And so it was kind of a perfect couple hours to focus in on what's going to carry us through the rest of the week. It was a perfect way to start it. Jose was awesome that day. And
I saw in you that you had, just a lot of focus on discovering your purpose, right? That came up. We had a great session, just kind of deep diving into what's my purpose, what's my calling, right? What's my commitment? How are you feeling now, going through this week of training, right? Are you feeling more connected to your purpose and closer to discovering what that is about?
Yeah, definitely. Jose had us kind of write down what our purpose was and what our commitment was to ourselves. And my commitment that I wrote down was all about being an example of growth and progression. And that's what this week was all about. And again, that first day was kind of a perfect start to a week of carrying out that commitment, So it was good.
Beautiful. And something else that we did this week that I enjoyed watching is you guys connect with your account managers, right? So these are people that you've been working with now for a while, but you never even met face to face, right? Including JC. I think this is your first time meeting JC in person.
Yeah, it's been two and a half years, however long. Yeah.
So how was it meeting this guy?
He's big, dude.
I was about to say the same thing. My first time meeting all y'all. Caleb's tall. That's what we were all surprised by. Dang, Caleb's
I think literally every person, everybody I met, they're like, wow, you're a lot taller than I had thought. From Zoom, you only see from here up, So I think that was a consensus thing I heard from literally everyone all week.
It's so interesting because, we've started, this is our second big training, as franchisees. And this has been our start every time is the mindset stuff. You come down, you're like, okay, how do we scale the agencies? Sales, service, or how many Zoom calls should I have with clients? How do I onboard them?
Ice bath.
No. It's and I think it's really it's you're both going to have $1 million agencies this year, right? In revenue. You guys know what the heck you're doing, right? But it's not rocket science. The business model, right? It's more about focus, concentration, and our attention, and just getting done what we need to get done. I love that actually over the week we've done a lot of conversations, but most of them, a big chunk of them have been about family, been about faith. Yeah. It's been about like purpose, right? And so that's been an interesting, that excites me the most, how this right here can impact our families and our kids and our spouses. And like our parents didn't have the opportunity to like leave work at 2:00 on a Wednesday and go to the zoo, right? Like that wasn't even a. Did your dad?
No, but Blake's over here closing deals on volcanoes. Like we went on a hike. And
that's crazy, right?
True. We hiked a volcano, and like halfway down the mountain or something, I forgot we stopped at a cafe and we're like sitting there drinking a coffee, and I got a notification about one of my sales guys closed the deal, and we got a payment, and so it's been an awesome experience, experiencing everything here in Nicaragua, closing deals and leveling up. It's been cool.
It's exciting. I think the other part, where we had the first day, we talked about the game plan, for this year. And like sometimes as business owners, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of elements of this, right? And where does our attention need to be? Which was really fun, right? What was your thoughts on that part?
From Monday?
Yeah.
That was a big part of it, of just all of the emotions I felt from that particular 4-hour session of a lot of the focus for me has just been focused all over the place. Honestly, it's not even been focused on one thing. It's been a lot of the focus on this and that. And part of it is now I'm like, I have a team behind me, sitting all back over there that I get to pass all that stuff off to. And that was a really big objective for me by the time I got on the flight to head back home. I had certain checklists that I wanted to pass off. A couple of the things were already passed off before I even stepped foot here. They were already handled. So just a couple of those type things kind of all collectively came together in that moment, and me kind of realizing what was happening. It's like I knew what was happening, but I didn't until the ice and all of that stuff kind of brought it all together. And I was like, oh, this is what's really happening in terms of me taking the steps forward to where I want to be at. It didn't really hit me until, again, I had to be in the ice bath and I had to let go of a lot of the control that I like to have on stuff. And it was just just extremely humbling overall. I think that's a super good summary of it. It was just extremely humbling throughout the entire process. So.
Ice is very humbling. You start screaming like a maniac in there. So it's.
And it doesn't get any easier. Every time you do it. In fact, I think it got a little harder this time around. But mentally, I think we get better. Right, over time, we get better. We get more prepared, more ready. And the good thing about the ice is that you could always step out, and it finishes. It's done. Right, but we don't have that same. Kind of scenario with life. You're in life and you have to live it. So you have to face this ongoing obstacles. They're going to happen, right? But we become more prepared mentally. We become more stronger. And then you also have each other, which you don't have any ice. And the ice is just you. You're on your own. But in life, we also have each other. And I think that's a big part of this family, right? That we now are getting to know each other better. So this training week is not just about getting ready, like learning stuff, right? We did a lot of that. We conducted a lot of business, but for me, it's more about learning the people, learning each other, learning how we operate, learning how we could help each other get to that next level together. And like we're all walking away, I think here, better men, better husbands, better fathers, better leaders overall.
And better team members. This week was all about connection, with the team. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been super cool, over the past however long, 2.5 years or of just me working with everyone here, and then for me to actually get to like shake their hand, like put a face to all of the emails and all the Zoom calls. It's just been super cool.
Next time Murphy's coming though.
Oh, for sure.
You may not actually come, just her coming.
Just her, right?
Yeah. She's gonna leave you with the kids.
It's her turn for the
She's
kids.
Gonna leave me. Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
What's both of you guys? I'm curious. You come in, you're doing certain things in your day-to-day walk, right? Like, what do you think? Maybe there's nothing, but what's like, this has to change? Like, when I go back, I'm doing this different.
I think for me, it's how I start my morning off. I think that's a big thing with just readying my mind, and that's a big thing that I've tried to do in the past, but I've just given into the excuses of, oh, my 2-year-old doesn't sleep very well, which is a legitimate thing, but still, like I'm still in control of that stuff. And so just to start the day off, really to make it all about, hey, what are my intentions for today? To focus on my wife and my kids and the sales side of things and all of those things, and to just have that refresher every single morning to start that off and to take control and say, hey, this is the mindset that I'm in, regardless of the good or the bad or the ugly or anything else that's happening, to make sure that I'm taking control of what I can every single day, which is myself. I can't control my 2-year-old to sleep. I guess I can give her some extra Benadryl or whatever, but that's not good. I won't. We're gonna edit all of that part out. No, but I can control me in how I react to certain things. Of when I'm super tired or whatever, I say no. Like I'm thankful that I even have children here in this house that I get to have fun with, and right, just to shift that part of it, and I think everything else will just kind of fall into place.
Well, Jose talks about this. I think Simon Sinek does as well. That how the world we're taught like balance, but actually to talk that there is no such thing as balance. There's going to be times in your life where we don't have money. I got to work and I have to focus here to be able to provide. And there's times where I haven't, like now it flips completely, right? And that's you and I having the conversation the other day about that flip being, hey, like now I feel like I have the opportunity. Like that's
to make that change.
That's exciting, bro.
Right, which is hard, and it's hard for me to even wrap my mind around that too, because all I've known is what all entrepreneurs, they call the hustle or the grind or whatever. Like that's all that it is. Yeah. And I kind of have to get myself out of that mind. I mean, yeah, of course, I still have to work hard, right? Like it's not just gonna be, oh, here's all your money. Like that doesn't just happen. But I have the opportunity to have some things run because of everyone over here, that they're running a lot of it. That now I get to go and enjoy my family, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, let's go to the park, or let's go get some ice cream, or let's go do whatever, that while everyone else is still at their job and they can't leave, right? So
there's actually discounts at places before 5 typically too.
I know, senior citizen discount, baby. I'll bring my dad.
Gotta hit up Luby's for that senior citizen discount. There you go.
Anything changing for you?
Man, for me, it was all about the commitment that I wrote down before we got on the ice. Like I said, Monday was pivotal for me. My commitment was kind of mostly about being an example of progression and growth for those around me, my family, my team, things like that. And so, just trying to find my purpose in that, and kind of learning how to be in a state of flow where the progress is the reward. You know what I mean? The process is the reward. I'm not wanting to live how I've used to been living, where, okay, each time I reach a goal, a destination, a checkpoint, that's when I get happy. No, I should be happy along the way because I enjoy the process. That's a big thing for me. I've always fell to the, what do they call it? Destination disease, or like, hey, things going to be better when I reach this goal, or when I get to this checkpoint, grass is greener on the other side. I want to live with purpose and in such a way where I enjoy the process. And so that's kind of what I went over with Jose, and that's what I was thinking about when I got on the ice. And it was a pivotal day for me, for sure.
And while you're on that journey, remember to pause and enjoy the view.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Enjoy the view.
Yeah. And then once you start to enjoy the view, you start to enjoy the process. You just get in this state of flow, and the process becomes the reward. And I think successful people try to find that along the way.
JC, what about you? What's been your...
I was going to ask you next. Dude,
Beat you to it.
Bro, like for me, this is the more and more, I don't know, you get into this stuff, and this, like the sales pitch of the franchises. We never talked about the mental game, but yet that's the takeaway. And what the most exciting thing for me is being surrounded by godly men and women that are family focused, that want to do good in the world. And for me, like, dude, like this right here, these times pump me up. They get me excited, because when we have people that we can lean on and talk about the struggles just as much as the rewards and the good times, it gets me excited, because when you're on Facebook and social, you only see the good, and sometimes you're like, man, these guys are always doing hella good. What am I doing, right? And now it gets more real. And for me, that gets me excited, because I think God has something really big in store for us, and I'm really excited to see what that is.
Yeah.
What that is.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I'm so energized and inspired. Like this week, it's a lot for you, but also I gained so much, just from being around you guys. And like it puts pressure on me, the good kind of pressure to get better, right? Like I want to improve my leadership. Like I want to, increase in my faith. Like I want to be a better family man. Like I want to be able to do that so I could continue to lead by example. And that's my commitment, right? To be able to develop and inspire leaders that are leading in their family, in their faith, in their financials, and also in their fitness, which, one of the takeaways this week for me and Blake has been like, hey, we can also hold each other accountable when it comes to fitness. So we're going to be meeting in Dallas in a few weeks for this mastermind, and now we're going to be on each other.
Got to show each other some progress.
Yeah, we got to make progress, right? So that's part of what we are walking away with this is relationships that are going to help us get better. And that's my takeaway from this week is just walking away really inspired and energized for meeting you guys and hanging out with this amazing team.
I feel like I'm waiting on you and I to do the same thing with the phone off. Jeff's going to be in it too. Blake might be in it too.
Oh, we're talking about that this afternoon. Yeah.
It scares me. It scares
happening.
me, dude. The phone off at when you go home from work, the phone off is interesting. But I'm excited about the challenges.
Yeah. The phone off thing is big for guys who are trying to go full force and grow their business, Turning your phone off when you get home, spending time with family, just like your wife was talking about last night. Like it's about the quality of the time, not just kind of proximity, right? I can go home and be around my family all day, but if I've been on my phone all day, my wife's going to tell me at the end of the day, hey, you didn't really spend time with your sons today.
Yeah.
The quality of time is huge.
I think it's too just what the commitment is for you. For a while for me, it was, well, we don't have money, so I have to work super hard. Like that was the commitment, right? Which is not bad or good. It's just
gotta
was.
Do it. Gotta eat.
But now things have shifted some, and so now it's really about the mindset, which is why the ice was so emotional. There's no other word to say. It's because it was kind of this, again, the realization of what has transpired in my life, and wow, why haven't I been super thankful for what's happened? I've just been in this state of hustle constantly, which again is not a bad thing to have that, but again, a balance is important to have that. And so I think that's been a key takeaway that I think I truly am at a point finally that I can say, if turning my phone off and I lose a sale from 3 to 8 o'clock for time with my
it's not gonna
kids,
happen, but
that's fine.
I was about to say, but it's also not as bad as you think it is. You're not going to lose a sale.
But I'm saying though that I'm at a point though, if that did happen, that's fine.
it didn't matter.
I would rather have time with my kids than make the sale because I know that everything else is still happening, that everything's fine. So yeah, it starts with the foundation of the business side of the coin. Like that has to happen. But on the other side, it's again, I truly feel at the moment that if it was a choice of turning the phone off and knowing I'm going to lose a sale or spending time with the kids, I'm at a point now that I feel legitimately say that, and not just because there's all the cameras here, but I truly feel this, that I'm going to pick the family.
You're going to see, and I don't mean this in a way that's, what doesn't matter what I mean it in, but when I was doing this for about a month, I did it like consistently, and I would tell people, because it'd be like at 4 o'clock in a deep conversation, hey, just so you know, I'm about to be home, my phone's going off, it's family time. You normally get you want to work with people with values.
Yeah. Exactly.
You actually start, hey, sorry, I had my phone off last night. I was focused on family. Oh, okay. Well,
and you'll find that most people respect it.
Yeah. They're almost, now they're curious, type of thing, right? Yeah. And so.
And they're almost like, if they're that disciplined with their family, what's their team like? What's the other side of it from 8 to 4?
Yeah.
So. Or 7 to 4, I guess, for you guys.
What did you learn in the franchise model? What was your agency training like? Well, no phone, and ice is really cold.
Yeah.
And then a lot of stuff from that, but those were the pivotal points.
A lot of good food. Yeah.
I love it. Lots of good food.
Lots of good food here. Yeah.
And the food is not Mexican food. Nicaragua is not Mexico.
Although we did have a quesadilla yesterday.
Did you really?
It was great. Hey,
you also had Papa John's one day.
We also had Papa John's one day, so that's also true.
But hey, I live a couple hours from Mexico, and that quesadilla was good. It was very good. So I'm an adequate judge of that, and it was great.
Well, guys, I feel very blessed. Both of you guys, y'all took a leap and jumped into this family and this team, and I feel very honored and blessed, humbled that both of you got to do it because we're on the same level. I mean, you guys are crushing it, and I'm really excited about what's to come and how we can support each other and be there for each other when the good and the celebrations as well as the bad and the heartache, right? And so, truly, I appreciate it, and let's kick some butt. Let's take
Absolutely.
some names.
You as
All
well.
right.
We got a long journey, a good one ahead of us for sure.
That's right. I don't know how to end it.
I think that was a good ending to it.
There you go. You can actually keep the I don't know how to end it on the video.